We are seeing lots of downed trees or uprooted trees like you see behind me, like this one, barely missing this house. There are also several power lines that have been knocked down because of the severe storms. We are kicking off Razorbacks football season with the marching band. You could see and hear the music, the excitement. We are ready for the big game. Tavares, you said you want to go to the, well, you want to pass by the gym and look good.
Yes.
I have this look right here for you.
Yeah, I love it.
You went with the red top, black shorts.
Got it.
Crystal, I didn't forget you.
Oh, here we go.
Go together. Y'all kind of match a little bit. A lot of residents out assessing the damages on their property. Now, we see here a lot of downed trees in the neighborhood, but this one damaging a fence and destroying a second one right over here. A lot of these bins are overflowing with stuff. There's clothing here, hangers, some plastic bins. And as you can see on the side, 2 couches were dropped off over here. Until 11 o'clock at night, you could see them building their individual shelters right now. And this is where they'll camp out. Follows the instructor in the room, live streaming their lessons, so students on the other side of the screen don't miss a thing. This is a time for them to create memories, to create a new tradition on their first day of high school. If you have a child or infant in your car, then you're going to want to have them in a car seat. And there are many different local police departments or fire departments that have certified technicians. You pretty much place the baby inside, and as you can see written here, it says silent alarm will activate. Once you close the door, it locks it. There's instructions in Spanish and in English here. That's Lakin Cluck. Like many girls her age, she loves cheerleading, makeup, and making TikTok videos. But at 11 years old, her life changed.
This has been kind of a crazy journey. You never expect that something like this is going to happen to one of your kids.
Cluck's mother, Jessica, says her daughter began feeling sick in January, vomiting, constant nausea, and sleeping more than usual. After several trips to the emergency room, doctors did a CT scan, and that's when they found a plum-sized tumor in her brain.
If she has a brain tumor, at that point, you know, I lost it.
Can you remember what was going through your mind at that point?
I remember being so sick that I just didn't care what we had to do to get it out.
Cluck underwent surgery to remove the tumor, finished 6 weeks of radiation in May, and starts chemotherapy in June. During her time at the hospital, she focused on something she loves, writing letters. The first one was to her mother.
Thank you for fighting for me.
The next was to her doctors, then the nurses who treated her, and then to anyone in need of support.
I know how bad it feels to feel sick all the time, and it encouraged me to write letters to people who feel sick and people who need it.
Cluck says if she can give anyone going through a tough time some hope, then she accomplished her mission.
Smile, like this.
He was known as Papa to his granddaughters, Krissa and Candace Spry. The girls say he died of COVID-19 on Tuesday.
It really hurts my heart because my grandma did his hair for forever. And then when she passed 14 months ago. She passed that torch on to me. Well, I haven't got to cut it.
John Pike has been at the Siloam Springs Nursing and Rehab for about 4 years. And because of COVID-19 at the facility, Candace was not able to give him that haircut.
Look, you're a puppy dog.
According to the nursing home's report by the Department of Health, the facility has 2 positive residents and 5 staff members who have recovered. The Sprys feel like the outbreak is much worse.
If they have family members in there, they need to know what's going on. So if they can go get them out, they can get them out rather than sitting there suffering depression and all by themselves, isolated in a room. That's just not right.
He didn't know why we hadn't been seeing him. So I feel like he thought we just abandoned him.
We reached out to the Arkansas Healthcare Association, which oversees long-term care facilities in the state, and have not heard back. The girl's last visit was back in July, but more cases closed the facility to visitation.
They had us visit through a glass and like everything, and then we were like one of the very first few people to go in there and see their family members and stuff, and we had taken them, Dr. Peppers and cookies. And
now the Sprys are left with just his memories.
How many pieces is that?
4.
I wanted to do his hair. I don't know. I don't know. Go bring him a milkshake. I would have brought him a milkshake. For sure.
I would just thank him for everything he did for me and tell him how much I love him.
I don't know if human can live in that apartment. As you can see, a lot of mold, and the bathtub was not working. They put tape on it, and it was leaking.
Albius Ladior is an advocate for the Marshallese community. He says several residents at the Bailey Street apartments in Springdale are in bad condition. He walked us through 6 homes.
I put the tape on it because it's not secure.
The lady who lives here says she's been waiting for 6 months for someone to come fix her refrigerator, which doesn't want to stay closed.
We've been complaining, but they need to collect rent, but they don't want to fix it.
This renter did not want to show her face and is being evicted from her apartment. She believes it's because she has been complaining. Management paints a different picture.
There's too much damage being done to this unit. You know, I can't put you somewhere else if you can't take care of what you got. My position on that is I'll give you 30 days for you to find something else so we can come in here and tear this apart.
Judy says she took over the property a year ago. She says residents are not making reports like they claim because they are not following their rental agreements.
We're finding that there's 4 or 5 people living in them. We're finding that the people that are on the lease aren't even actually there anymore, that they've had other people move in.
Judy says there are plans to renovate apartments as they become available. She says she is working with people struggling financially because of COVID-19, but not those damaging the property.
I just want it to be good for the owner and also good for the renter. So that's all I'm asking for.
Good morning and welcome to KNWA Today. It's Wednesday, August 4th, and I'm Jesse.pierre. A Lincoln woman is arrested after her mother's body was found in their home. Now, we do want to warn you, you may find some of the details of this story disturbing. Jeannie Pike is now facing charges of identity fraud and abuse of a corpse. Police say the body of her mother, Gloria Pike, was found in the family's living room, wrapped in newspaper and bedding. Now, according to the police report, Gloria's brother reported her missing back in July. Police searched the Pikes' home after a security camera caught Jeannie using her mother's credit card. Gloria's body has now been sent to the state crime lab to determine an official cause of death, which Jeannie tells investigators happened last year. Now, the I-40 bridge over the Mississippi River is about to reopen. RDOT officials made the announcement Wednesday. Contractors are scheduled to complete plating on Friday, and then they'll start removing platforms and opening up the traffic lanes. I'm excited about the hot weather. As a Caribbean girl, I prefer the hot over the cold any day. Now, still ahead, the CDC releases new testing guidance for fully vaccinated people who've been exposed to COVID-19.